2, 3.
No doubt it was over when you saw the splash coming. 1:49.
Big Red and his Holy Ghost splash came off that ropes and squished it down on the Avenger. 1 minute and 49 seconds as Big Red comes out with a 3 count. Big Red up there hollering, he won't do that no more. Holy Ghost splash, Big Red says, and he takes it away in 1 minute and 49 seconds. Okay, we got some more action coming up. Hey, from time to time, Davey, we've been bringing an update on how a fellow that we did not get to know for a very long time, but certainly got to know well in a short period of time, a gentleman from Manchester, England, Billy Robinson. And Billy, marvelous, infectious sense of humor. Billy's not laughing too much now, and I don't mean to make joke of it, because the Assassins, he ended up with a fracture in the lower part of his arm and has been out of wrestling action. And we've been asking Billy to get us some tape reports on it. The son of a gun, I talked to him just the other day at his home in Minneapolis, and he's not talking just about getting well now. He's talking about let's get it on and get us back in there with the Assassin. A little early, but this is a determined gentleman. Billy had some interesting things to say in the last report we got from him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening to me again, and I want to apologize in a way for being down on the last visits we've had, mentally and physically down. But I'm telling you, there's an old saying. It goes, what you can't change, accept. But this situation, there is nothing about it that I can't change. I feel good now. I thought this cast would have been off earlier, but unfortunately, it had to stay on a few days longer. But it will be off in the next couple of days, and then I can get back to training. I'm out already. I'm doing my road work, walking and taking the dogs out. But mentally I am right. Mentally, I've got a goal. I can see a light at the end of a dark passage. And the more I get my mind determined on that light, the light gets bigger and the dark passage gets shorter. And it's going to get shorter and shorter until very soon I'm going to break out into the daylight. And when I break out into the daylight, ladies and gentlemen, when I get out there, and when I am physically capable, which will be very shortly, when I am mentally alert to everything that's going on around me, and I am ready, it's going to be a different Billy Robinson you've seen. I came down to your area with wrestling in mind. Wrestling is my life. I've been wrestling since I was this big. I've been wrestling the idea of technique, of suplexes, of saltos, of hip locks and hypes and hanks and double wrist locks has been mainly my goal, to be the perfect technical wrestler. But I've learned a lesson this time, and it's the last time I'm going to have to learn this lesson, that some people who are just bullies, overside oafs that get into the ring, that go out just to cripple you, not to beat you in wrestling, not to beat you in a sport, but just to get themselves satisfied and put you out of their hair permanently. Well, they tried. The Assassins, they tried to put me out of their hair permanently, but they made a mistake. They didn't quite get the job done. And I'm going to. When I come back, Assassins, I am going to show you what it's like to face a man with hatred, with fire, with determination, with a killer instinct, and a man who is not going to abide by the rules. I want to show you a Billy Robinson that you have never seen before, and I can't wait to get at you.
There's no question about it. He's dead serious about it, Billy Robinson. And Billy, essentially, as he said when we initially saw him in the territory, Billy is a wrestler, but he's beyond that right now. Billy's ready for it. We got some more action coming up on Championship Wrestling. We're going to be back to it in just a moment. Back to Wave Country's Championship Wrestling in just a moment. A little bit earlier, we gave you the final bout, that six-man tag match. It'll have no time limit, no disqualification. Let me give you the entire card. Tuesday night, right down there at the Louisville Gardens. Paul Ellering will be going against Buddy Wayne. Sonny King takes on Steve Regal.
The Medics will be going against Rick and Robert Gibson, a Southern Tag Team title match when Rick Morton and Big Red will be challenging the Assassins, and then it's going to be a 6-man tag. Remember this, no time, no disqualification. Handsome Jimmy Valiant, Jerry the King Lawler, and Jimmy Hart will be going against Jerry Jarrett, Bill Superstar Dundee, and Ken Lucas. Now that, my friend, is not only going to have the rules set that it's going to be a big battle, and that is no time, no disqualification. Personalities are going to become involved. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be Tuesday night right down there at the Louisville Gardens. Make sure that you get your ringside ticket now.
Look at tape of a match which occurred at the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum, and this one a 6-man tag team match. On one side of the ring it was Big Red, Steve Regal, Rick Morton. The other side, Jerry Lawler, Jimmy Hart, and Handsome Jimmy Valiant. 6-man tag team match. Let's look at it right now.
Oh, and Hart popped by Rick Morton. Hart was going to be Superman to the rescue, and Lawler over saying, "What are you crazy, man? Stay out of there." Rick Morton really nailed Hart. Tag on Morton, and he takes over the arm of Handsome Jimmy. Morton thrown into the corner, his shoulder hurt. Morton the lighter of them. And of course he's the one they like to throw around. Lawler really tunned Morton. Picks him up. Caught him with a foot. Really splattered him. There's a tag on Hart. He says, "You want him now? Go in there and kill him." That's what Lawler said, and Hart going after him. Pounded away, Handsome Jimmy holding him from behind. Here comes Regal, Big Red from the other side. Hart choking Rick Morton. Lawler standing right by in case there's trouble. Hart scoots out and Lawler is in there. Morton needs a tag. Oh, yeah. Big elbow again from Lawler on Morton. Again. Pounds him. And misses. Tag on Handsome Jimmy, though. Body slam. Jimmy. Morton goes into the corner. Valiant really throwing him around the ring. Game boy, I'll tell you this Morton is. Lawler puts him down. He's back in. Lawler with a hair rips Morton. Regal trying to battle his way in. Referee says stay out. Lawler with a pile driver. That should put Morton out of action. Here comes Handsome Jimmy right on top of him, but Morton's leg is on the rope. Jimmy gets up. He pulls Morton with him. Backbreaker. Oh. For Rick Morton. Tag on Lawler. 20 minutes past, 40 minutes to wrestle. 20 minutes past, 40 minutes to wrestle. Morton firing away on Lawler. And Valiant. Hart from behind, and Morton puts him down. But Lawler, I couldn't see it because of Hart and Valiant, but Lawler must have nailed him. Hart from the outside, flailing is the word on Morton. Lawler holding him, and Hart after him. Handsome and the King drop him down on the top rope. Count of 1, but Morton's leg is on top of the rope.